Well, hello everyone. Welcome. So, a couple of weeks ago, something happened, and that was the birth of Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. And that week, I happened to be showing his chart in my little group. We're doing the Human Design Experience Level 3 program now, and we were talking about looking at charts, and I used his chart as an example. And the response was so overwhelmingly positive that I decided to just create this little video for everybody who was not in the program to get an idea of who this amazing new little person is. So, for people who are not aware of this, Archie is the newborn son by Meghan and Harry of the House of Windsor, the UK um, uh, in line of the throne. I was going to say a prince, crown prince, but he's not the crown prince. He's in line of the throne, I think 6 or 7 or something. Um, and I wanted to share a little bit about this amazing little person. So when we look at human design, of course, we take his birth information. And the information that I had and used with my program gave us both his birth information on the right-hand side, and it also gives us a calculation on the left-hand side that is about 3 months before birth. We put that then together, and that figure that you see in the center holds both his conscious information as well as his unconscious information. So we can get a really good look at who this person is or going to become, what he is going to grow into. And the first thing that we always look at is what is his type? And Archie's type is what we call a manifesting generator. Now, in human design, there are different types. There are 5 styles. And together with the generator, the manifesting generator is the largest group. It takes up about 70% of the population. And what this means for this person is that Archie is going to be here to do what he loves and love what he does. So it's really important for him that he recognizes what are the things that he really enjoys doing, because the things that he will enjoy doing, those are the things that are going to pull him forward. It's like this internal, like, yes, this gut response, this sense of, oh, I want to get into that. My energy is available for this. And when he does that, he will have more and more success, more satisfaction, more flow in his life. Conversely, when he bumps into things, it is because he's not really in alignment with what is really true for him. So when he starts feeling like he's wading through molasses, is trying to push his way forward, that's not right for him. You know, it's not necessarily that things are supposed to be, perfect all the time, because of course it's life and that's not how it is. And he actually has a lifetime in which he is going to be bumping into life to try different things out, recognizing what fits, what doesn't work, and learning from that and being able to share that with others, so that over the course of his lifetime, he gets more and more wise about the things that really work. That's kind of who he is. So as he's going along life and he's bumping into things, having that sense of, oh, this is not working, let me try to find a different way, that's really right for him. When he, however, starts to get this real deep frustration, like I said, this feeling of, and this is not working, and that is not working, and that is not working, that sense of trying to push the river, that means for him, this is not the right time to be involved with it. Doesn't mean that it's never the right time for him. It just means that at that moment, that is not the right time to be involved. And the way that I can see that is I'm looking at this gut response. This is his sacral center. And when it is defined, if you happen to have your chart and if you happen to have this defined, this is where that energy is, that internal gut response that says, yes, I'm available, or no, there's actually a sound that goes along with this. Now, on top of that, Archie also has this triangle on the right-hand side. We call it the solar plexus, or the emotional center. So Archie is someone who is going to feel lots of emotions, ups and downs. That's kind of the normal way for him. He actually tends to be, if taken by himself, his energy tends to be kind of the glass half full kind of person. You know, he tends to kind of go through life and seeing the humor in things, glass half full. And then sometimes he will have sudden spikes of excitement and then also possible suddenly down spikes where he feels really down and just like, leave me alone. So there is this really romantic flow in his emotions for him. This connection right here is that really romantic connection that responds incredibly well to music and to poetry, and who wants to be, you know, with people that he loves, or he wants to be completely left alone and just be by himself, which is very, very healthy for him. And one of the things that when you have this center on the right hand side, that solar plexus defined, if you have that solar plexus defined, it simply means that for you, you want to take time to make decisions. So for Archie, he will have this opportunity to get involved with all kinds of different things. But the more he has an opportunity to wait and really sit with it and really feel what he feels like when he's around that, or when he has to make that decision and actually even talk about it and verbalize it, that will give him an opportunity to make a decision that's really right for him. Because there is a tendency in him to want to get into things too quickly. And he'll find that he'll get into things too quickly and bump his head and have to go back. And, you know, there is a tendency to be impulsive, impatient. People with this kind of configuration, I call them the bouncy ball. You know, they tend to be kind of bouncing around that energy. It's just what he wants to get into things really quickly, while it would really behoove him to take his time and really decide, well, what does this feel like? Is this the right thing for me? Asking his questions so that when he gets to this inner sense of clarity, that is the moment that when he'll say, okay, now I'm ready to make a decision. Now, one thing that you see immediately is this beautifully defined center of the self. As you can see, he's got quite a few activations here. So that means that Archie is here to really have a very specific purpose in life. He's really having a direction. Not only that, he is here to give other people direction. Now, what does this mean for him? Because he is going to feel different from other people. He has what we call a lot of individual circuitry, and look specifically at these different connections right here. That's individual circuitry. This is individual circuitry. And right here, those are all individual circuitry. He is going to feel a little bit like he doesn't always fit in. He's going to feel different from other people. But what this gives him is this ability to observe and really receive in a very deep way that he won't be able to explain always where it comes from, but this inner sense of knowing that guides him in different ways, that guides him into where he's supposed to go or where other people are supposed to go. He really has this ability to guide other people, to be this shining light that other people can follow, that gives direction to them. And as he does that, he has this ability to see the higher version of people, to really hold them up to a higher standard, to see that higher possibility for them, and to hold that in front of them, to hold them up to that. He has this ability to really guide them in that higher version that he knows is possible. And because of that, it's going to make him feel like he doesn't fit in. But he is here to bring change. And, you know, we know society doesn't really like change. And here you're talking about the royal family, and the royal family has been there for so many years. They have their traditions, right? So here's someone who's going to shake up the traditions. He is going to do things differently, and he's going to feel, you know, different from other people. And he's going to bump his head as he does that. And as he does this too, he's going to experience a lot of projection. And I look at his design and I see there's a lot of fifth lines in his design. So as you can see, there's all these fifth lines. He has got a fifth line profile. And what that brings to him is this sense where other people tend to look at him, but not being able to really see who and what he brings. So they're going to expect certain things from him. They're going to um, put different roles on him that are really not right, that are really not the kind of person that he truly is. So it will be very interesting for him to recognize when to um, when to go along with those roles, because there will be a lot of requests for him to become the savior, to really help other people, and he's going to feel responsible to want to be that person who can save the day. So he is going to really check in with himself. Okay, where can I guide these people? Where can I lead these people? That really resonates with me, because this person's got a lot of leadership abilities in him. So people are going to look for that in him. They're going to request that from him. And what he's, again, really good at is providing direction, providing the planning around that, being able to really keep track of details. And also, he's very creative in how he does this. He is this creative role model where he's going to be able to provide direction in his own creative way. The way that he does things is going to be different from other people, and people are going to be paying attention. They're going to be looking at him and say, oh, he does this. Maybe that means that I can do that too. So he's going to bring a lot of newness in an environment that is not necessarily set up for a lot of newness. And he's going to bring a lot of new ideas. Here is someone that, with this connection I look at between his mind, is always coming up with ideas to bring harmony and peace into the world. So the second part of his life, he will be traveling around and meeting meeting people with new beliefs that are going to give him different ideas that he will want to expand upon, that will expand his way of being. So a last thing to bring up is that he has this completely open center of the spleen. If you have your design in front of you and you see that there's absolutely no activations, this person is very sensitive to intuition. So he's what we would consider a psychic person. And I'm really curious to see how that's going to come out of him, and if he is going to, share this widely with everybody, that he has this ability to pick things up and just know things. And he may find himself saying things to other people about the things that he knows that other people will be really surprised about. So anyway, I just wanted to share this tiny little bit about this new person in the world, Mr. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, and hope you enjoyed this and had a chance to get a little bit of an idea of all this information that's packed in a human design chart. I mean, I could go on, and I love sharing about people's design. So if you have any questions about him or any comments, please let me know. And besides that, I'm going to really wish you a lot of fun with your own design so that you can be as aligned with your design as possible, because we really need that in the world. All right. Take care, everybody.